Hey everyone, I'm Jeff Scheetz. I'm the Director of Education at TrueFire. I'm going to show you how to take 4 chords and play a bunch of different songs with them. You know, one of the coolest music type videos on YouTube is the Axis of Awesome. Now, the Axis of Awesome is a group that has basically taken a ton of different songs and blended them all together and shown how we can play through all of them just using 4 simple chords. So what I'm going to do is show you 2 ways you can play those 4 chords to then be able to jam along with the video. So we'll jam with the video in a little bit, but to start with, let's learn those 4 chords. So even if you're a beginner, you can play through this, trust me. So we're going to start by learning how to play it with power chords. Now sometimes for a beginner, power chords is easier way to play to get through the changes. Now a power chord is just using 2 notes instead of strumming everything. So we're going to start with our first finger on the 5th string on the 5th fret. And then we've got our 3rd finger out here on the 4th string, but on the 7th fret. So we want to play those 2 notes together. And we strum it 4 times. That's our first power chord. That's our D power chord. Then we're going to lift our fingers off just a little bit and shift that exact same shape over to the 6th string and the 5th string. So now I'm on the 6th and the 5th, and I'm going to strum that 4 times. Then I'm going to slide that up to the 7th fret and 9th fret, and then slide it all the way down to the 3rd fret, still on the 6th and 5th strings. So I start on the 5th and 4th, but then I move to the 6th and 5th. So it's going to go like this, 4 strums each. Really simple. So start out by basically playing through that until you can get those moves down. Now, if you've already played some chords, or maybe you want to learn some open chords, we can do it with open chords as well. So let me show you how to do that. We start with our D chord. So our D is just starting with our 4th string open, and then our first finger on the 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the 3rd fret, and 2nd finger on the 2nd fret. So that's our open D chord. Strum the top 4. Then it's going to go to our A chord, or A major, which is open and 2nd fret, 2nd fret, 2nd fret, and open. Then our B minor chord. Now, you may not be familiar with B minor, so the easiest way to play that is going to be start with my first finger on the 1st string. And then that's going to be on the 2nd fret. My 2nd finger reaches over to the 2nd string on the 3rd fret. And then my 3rd finger on the 3rd string on the 4th fret over there. So I've got 1st string, 2nd string, 3rd string. And I just want to strum those top 3 strings. I don't need to strum any further, more strings than that, just the top 3. Now if you know your B minor is this shape, or maybe a bar chord shape, you can play that, that's fine. But really for beginners, just start with 1st, 2nd, and 3rd and strum those top 3 strings, and you've got it. Now our last chord is going to be our open G chord. 2nd finger on our G note on the 6th string, 1st finger there on the 5th string, and 3rd finger up there. So our G chord, you probably know. So we're going to strum each one of those chords 4 times. To our A, to our B minor, and then our G. Now whether you play the whole thing with power chords, that's fine, or if you play it all with open chords, or if you want to go back and forth between power chords and open chords, that's totally cool. Whatever you feel comfortable with. The key is just being able to get the switching down. So let's take a look at how to play it with the video. Now the video we want to pull up is the one with the white background. There's several versions of this Axis of Awesome 4 chords video there. The one with white background that I've got pulled up back there, that's the one we want to play along with. I think it says 2011. That's because it's in the key of D. If you want to play along with some of the live versions, those are usually in the key of E. Now if you run into one that's in a different key that's not in D, if you want to play with the live version that's in E, you just have to move your power chord, take it, and move it up 2 frets. So instead of starting on the 5th fret, you want to start on the 7th fret. And then you do the exact same thing, just move everything up 2 frets, right? So now we're all the way up to 9. And that will allow you to be in the right key to play along with the live version. But we're going to play with the white background version one, and that's down here in D. So let's start. Let's do it. I'm going to start off right here on our first power chord, so be ready to go because it starts off pretty quick.
Recognize this? Yeah, that's Don't Stop Believing by Journey and the Cast of Believe.
Starts right in there. Then it's going to slow down right here. Second chord. Up. Simple, right? First chord. 4 times. 3, 4. 3, 4. If you want to do the open chords, you can do the open chords. Your A, B, G. Back to the first chord. A, B minor, G. Go back to the power chords if you want to. So it's going to do this all the way through the whole thing, right? So that's the beauty of doing this. It's a lot of fun because you're basically going to play those 4 chords all the way through it. Now, a couple changes I want to talk about. At 2 minutes and 9 seconds, they stop. And right after the stop, they come back in with the exact same 4 chords, but they're double timing it, so they're going faster. So when they do that, we're just going to do 2 strums each, right? Instead of 4. So listen to what that sounds like. Let me pull that up to where the stop is. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me. 2 times each. Same thing with the chords. Only 2. So it keeps going through that all the way up to 3 minutes and 41 seconds in the video, and then it switches back to doing 4 strums on each chord. So the only thing to pay attention at 3 minutes and 41 seconds is it changes to the 4 per chord on the 3rd chord. So let me show you that. So it's going to go 2, 2, and then right here it goes to 4, 4, and stays 4 the rest of the time. All the way throughout, right? So the only other thing is at 5 minutes and 20 seconds, there's some language you might find offensive. So if you're playing this for family time, might want to shut it off before then. But it's basically over by then anyway. There's only one thing after that. So if you can play all the way through all that, you've played a ton of different songs. And either with the open chords or the power chords, it's a lot of fun to do.